Welcome back to the Ramble. Today we have a new guest in the Ramble Arena. For some reason I started calling it the Ramble Arena. I started it with Mr. O'Connell, so I may as well continue.
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Hell yeah. So with me on the other side of the table I have Mr. Davies.
Hello.
He does chess club and he also teaches psychology and maths.
Those are my subjects, yeah.
There you go, fantastic. Hey, can you talk a little bit about chess club?
Sure. So, I'm not an avid chess player, right off the bat, but I do enjoy my fair share of board games, and chess is obviously one of those top tier board games, and it allows for so much logic, expression of self, and at the end of the day, it is a fun game. Mm-hmm. Currently we're in the run up to an under-19s national event, in which the first part of that is going to be regional qualifiers, and then from there on, fingers crossed, making our way to nationals. Otherwise, at the moment, in terms of chess club, we've got a rivalry between us here in King's School, and then up in Gainsborough there's the Queen Elizabeth High School.
Yeah. What is your degree?
So my initial bachelor's degree is in psychology. So it's called Psychology, Bachelor's in Science with honours. There's nothing extra, so it's not with clinical, it's not with forensic. It is just base level psychology. And it was a 3-year long course. Following that, I went straight from that 3-year course into a 1-year PGCE, postgraduate certificate in education in mathematics. I have a passion for both subjects. I think both are fascinating, but I decided to go with the one that has more of a need almost. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at the need for psychology teachers, it's not the highest.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at the need for maths teachers, it's always there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially all around the world as well. I've seen some statistics in France. It's like 20% lack of teachers in maths. So, yeah, no, it's definitely a good kind of career to get into.
Absolutely.
It maintains like a stable job.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Really good. Yeah. So yeah, as part of your psychology degree, you had like compulsory modules.
Yeah, modules. Absolutely.
Modules in the first year.
So first year you start psychology with a few different things: developmental psychology, memory, etc. One of the biggest topics is statistics. Within the first couple of weeks, a statistics test was handed out to a load of 18-year-olds in the psychology subject. Surprisingly enough, there weren't many who were confident with mathematics, to say the least. Yeah. When they went into that, so it was fun. It was entertaining to watch.
Yeah, especially because I don't think math is an entry requirement for most psychology courses.
No, not at all. But at the same time, in the same way physics, chemistry, biology, you need to do some level of statistical analysis. In fact, the statistical analysis in the psychology degree is more than the A-level statistical analysis that you do. It's obviously a lot more specific because it's relevant to a specific course, but it's still quite a heavy level of statistics.
So you've got like a bunch of statistics for like the foundations in year one. Does that then you apply that in year two?
Absolutely, yeah.
And some of your optional modules, what do you do for that?
There's loads. I've been through courses of evolutionary psychology, so there's how not just humans but animals have evolved specific behaviours. You look up the sky, you see birds flying in a specific formation. That is an evolved trait, that's an evolved behaviour. It's not something that's physically evolved, it's something that has mentally evolved in those animals. There's been the psychology of religion, that's certainly one that I've taken. I've taken fantasy neuroscience, which sounds amazing. It sounds like neuroscience on fantasy characters. That's not what it is. It's if you had infinite money, what neuroscientific experiments could you and would you be able to conduct?
I guess like the biggest thing that would stop you from doing anything you want was like the ethics.
Yeah.
So that
absolutely.
Was the main thing.
That would be the main thing, but at the same time, if you try to access the centre of your brain, you've got a load of other stuff to try and cut through before you can get there.
And I also heard one of your optional modules was game theory.
Game theory was my dissertation, so I had a really nice lecturer, in fact a really nice tutor, who was engaged in game theory and mathematics and so on. And I thought it was such a fascinating subject. So game theory realistically is the sort of analysis of simple, in quotation marks, games that have payouts or that have specific rules. And the math side of it is seeing what the optimal strategy is. The math side is finding a perfect equilibrium that allows every participant to gain the most benefit from that game. The psychology side of it is finding out what humans do instead of the optimal behaviour.
So, for example, having like a self-centered approach, or having like in a team kind of aspect.
So, like an easy one to sort of explain is and there's loads of these small sort of games. Let's say I have a tenner. I could offer you an amount from that tenner, and you can choose to accept or reject the deal. If you accept the deal, we both get our split of the £10 note. If you reject it, neither of us get our part of the £10 note. So for example, if I told you, I have a tenner, here's a penny, I'm going to walk away with £9.99, would you accept or reject the offer?
If I reject it, then none of us get anything.
None of us get anything.
Okay, well, I'd say no.
You'd say no, you'd reject
no.
it,
Yeah.
and I would lose out on £9.99.
Yeah.
So what can I offer you where you will be happy walking away with?
Okay, there's kind of like a grey area of the power dynamic. Who has the power in this transaction? Like you get the offer, you offer me something.
Yeah, I'm offering you something.
But I also have...
But you have the full power to accept or reject.
Yeah, that's cool.
And mathematically, let's be honest, regardless of what deal I offer you, you should accept it. Because we both walk away with some amount of money.
Yes, but that's not what humans do.
But that's not what humans do.
No.
And that was sort of my dissertation, looking at, not specifically that one, but looking at game theory in a nutshell and seeing what humans do instead of what the optimal theory says.
Yeah. And the dissertation, is that something that... So you're forced to do one in your third year?
Absolutely, yeah.
And does it have to be anything... Does it have to be like a unique aspect like a PhD, or can it be your own research on something that's already known?
So yeah, dissertation tends to be on topics that are already quite well known to the area. You might have a small breakthrough, but chances are it's going to be guided by your tutor. It's a topic that you enjoy. You're trying to see whether that topic continues to hold true, or whether there's still some leniency in the argument. Certainly with psychology anyway. If a study continues to hold true in psychology, it continues to be a very useful study.
And also, so I've got a friend who's doing psychology at university as well.
Sure.
But he's doing not a Bachelor of Science, it's a Bachelor of Arts.
Bachelor of Arts, yeah.
Yes. So psychology, I know, is one of those subjects which you can do in these two different areas. What's the difference between the two of them?
Not a lot at all, to be entirely honest. I guess if I had to take a guess, I haven't looked at every module. The Bachelor's in Science tends to be a lot more about statistical analysis and the scientific approach to psychology, whereas the Bachelor in Art would probably tend towards more of a philosophical look at psychology, how humans interacting work. I'm more on the side of the scientific approach. I really like to think of psychology as a science, but the problem is we can't directly measure anything.
Any other hobbies?
Board gaming is sort of my big one at the moment. I've put together a PC, a lot of running, a bit of squash. I do enjoy going on hikes. I kind of split my time 50-50 between staying at home, nerding out.
Yeah, especially with the PC building. That was so annoying.
I didn't correctly input a cable which connected... Oh my god. It was the wire that connects the power button to the rest of the PC.
Yep.
And I was sat there pressing the button thinking, what's going on? And I just plugged it onto the wrong thing, so I just moved the wire and suddenly everything lit up. Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah. I think that's the
That
best
took me 2 hours to figure that one out.
Oh, so you know the graphics card, you have the chip you
Yep.
have to slot in.
Yep.
There was this plastic cover on it.
Yeah, on the graphics card. Yeah,
on the
to like keep it safe.
Yeah.
And it does. It keeps it safe.
It does keep it. It keeps it safe from me putting it in.
Yeah, there you go.
As well, because I kept trying to put it in. I was like, this is way too thick. It can't go in. Thank you, Mr. Davis, for coming on to the Ramble Arena. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And yeah, be sure to check out the news episodes. They're going to come out every term. You can find the channel on YouTube.
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
It's called Kings Connect. And also, we have a Spotify account. Yay! It's called The Ramble, and it just has like a red prefect logo on it, and it's kind of signposted with Jakub Wilczewski, so you'll know immediately what it is. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, sir, for coming on.
Thank you very much.
And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.